Alrighty, everybody. The dust has settled. The information is out. Warmind has been revealed in a much more official sense with the reveal stream. And we are going to talk about the two big things from the stream. If you want to avoid any sort of spoilers for the expansion, turn this off. I don't know why you're here in the first place. The video is clearly labeled. First, Escalation Protocol. I first heard about this during the Destiny Community Summit. And when Bungie said it was a Court of Oryx, Archon's Forge kind of thing, I made this noise. Because what happened with those two events? You learned them, and then you rolled over them, and they were super easy, and yeah. We played this at the Summit, and shocker, at 20 levels below normal, it was kind of hard. I should probably explain what the hell Escalation Protocol is before I talk about it. So Protocol is the third iteration of those kinds of events. It takes place in a public space. You can have a fire team of 3, and then randoms can just pop in and, It is a 7-stage or 7-level event. You start at level 1, you get to 7 for the sweet loots, with loot drops at level 3 and level 5 completions. If you fail, you go back 1 level. So if you fail at 5, you just go back to 4. The final level, level 7, will feature 1 of 5 bosses rotating every week. You get 5 new bosses in 5 weeks, and then on the 6th week, it goes back to the first boss. This is considered an endgame activity. Enemies during the Community Summit were 370 at level 1, and Bungie mentioned that they actually made this event even harder. So we could see enemy power levels of up to 390, maybe even 400 for this event, and I will remind you that 385 is the power cap for Warmind. The event can be started at any time. It works like a public event in that you can just join the moment that you shoot at something in the event and actually hit it. From what I ended up playing, the early levels seemed pretty light on any sort of mechanics. You're obviously never guaranteed a specific number of people while doing this event, so it's hard to have mechanics that require a lot of people. So it's mainly shooting dudes. A lot of dudes. Like many dudes. Like a horde mode style kind of a thing. The Hive Sword is coming back as like a relic weapon, along with a new relic weapon, the Valkyrie, which is obtained by decontaminating vents in the area. It only lasts 20 seconds, but it is pretty powerful. I'm just going to show my one clip that I have of it real quick, since the stream clip was kind of, not that great. In order to actually get the loot from the 7th level, you need a key. You get the key from doing some other stuff. Then you charge the key by completing a level or a stage. 7 charges gets you a charged key. You pop that in the chest. Bam, there you go. So level 1 to level 7 is 7 charges for 7 completions. But if you just happen to walk in on people doing a 7th level boss and kill it, if you have a charged key, you can just use your charged key and get the loot. But if you don't have it, then obviously you need to charge a key. The chest will give an end game level item, with this mode having its own armor sets for each class and some weapons. The shotgun that comes from this chest is particularly good. I got to use it. It gives you bonus damage after hitting with a melee attack, and it's full auto, so it does pretty good damage. Thoughts on this? It certainly seems like somewhat of an evolution of the Court of Oryx, Archon's Forge modes that we've been seeing. The problem with those modes is that they were way too easy at a normal light level. You steamrolled them constantly. This doesn't seem like something you will easily steamroll, especially with them already bumping up the difficulty, probably power levels, of the enemies, not to mention that a full run will take about 20-30 minutes or so. So the event isn't over in just 10 seconds or 2 minutes. Another indirect thing that I'm slightly happy about with this is the fact that it features high-level enemies in a public space. When was the last time you actually felt threatened in a public space? If you're a new player, the answer is never. You've never felt threatened, I promise you. If you're an old player, it's probably the Destiny 1 beta. public spaces have lost their danger. There is no sense of exploration for me because there are never any stakes. There are no risks because there are no threats. There hasn't been a situation where I'm exploring a zone, I discover like a secret area, and the dudes in that area just annihilate me in 1 or 2 shots. I want to experience a time again where I can shoot at something that I just found in a public area and it says immune over their head. I want to feel scared again. I want the, I should maybe come back for this later feeling, that sense of mystery. This does that in sort of an indirect way. You see all these dudes fighting, you want to try and hop in, and then you just get absolutely destroyed. Oh, crap, I gotta go level up for this. This is insane. This emulates that feeling a little bit. It's not really a secret that this event is happening, but perhaps for the people not watching this, they'll be surprised. And I think that's an interesting feeling to have again in this game. I want to feel things again, I guess is what I'm saying. My big question, though, is what is going to keep me playing this? Once I have all the armor and the weapons, is there a reason to keep playing this week after week? Obviously, the reason to play it in the first place is for those items. But Destiny suffers from a replayability issue, and while not everything is going to be designed for replayability, it is something that Bungie should be focusing on for the future. The early response to this seems to be, why not just make this its own mode where you can just go infinite, like an infinite horde mode? And to that I say, yeah, like, why not? Sure. So we'll see. But it wouldn't surprise me if activity for this event just plummeted after the, first month or so because people just have everything. However, this is an activity that is going to have max level on your character be valuable, since the final stages appear to feature max level or higher than max level enemies to fight. We'll talk about how Warmind's progression path is slightly changing in the next video that I make. Emote Wheel is coming. You would think after all the Eververse crap that they tried to pull that this would have been here sooner. I guess not, but it'll be here for the expansion, so that's good. The next half of the reveal was devoted to PvP and the new ranking system for Season 3 and beyond. We have 2 systems, Valor and Glory. Valor is a time-based progression system featuring the Quick Play Crucible playlist and the weekly rotating mode. Completing games in the Valor playlist gets you points. Wins get you more points, losses not as much, but your points never go down. Valor caps out at 2,000 points, where you can then reset your rank, like the Prestige system from Call of Duty, to climb back up again. There will be challenges and rewards linked to leveling up and prestiging your Valor rank, all of which you'll be able to see at the release of the expansion. There are 6 ranks that you will progress through as you level up Valor and Glory: Guardian, Brave, Heroic, Fabled, Mythic, and Legend, each corresponding with a certain score threshold. For the Valor system, those rankings don't matter as much since you can never go down in Valor, only up. The Glory system is only part of the competitive playlist, not Trials or Iron Banner. This is where your rank goes up and down based on wins and losses. 5,500 is the max score obtainable for Glory. Glory ranks will also have rewards attached to them. Both of the ranking systems have win streak bonuses, where you get more points for going on a win streak, but Glory also has a loss streak. So the more losses you get in the row, the more it's going to hurt. At the Fabled rank, you will unlock Redrix's Claymore, which is a pulse rifle, and it is the major Season 3 weapon reward. It is a slow rate of fire pulse with Outlaw and a new perk, Desperado. Desperado procs when you reload with Outlaw procced, and it dramatically increases rate of fire on the weapon. Normally, this would reduce your damage as a result, but on this weapon, it doesn't, making it one of the most insane guns I've seen in this game. You can absolutely destroy people in PvP with this thing, not to mention, it's a pretty beastly PvE weapon too, since you can proc Outlaw very often. But you can only get this weapon through the glory ranking system by hitting the Fabled rank, and once Season 3 is over, this weapon is gone. Fabled is 2 steps below Legend, but hitting Legend rank will unlock the ornament for this weapon. So while you don't need to be an absolute god to get the weapon, you still need to be kinda good. Note that the Fabled rank is supposed to contain approximately 40% of the population, the top 40%. So this is not an impossible task by any means. Chances are, if you're watching this video right now, you're probably better than most people not watching this video because you're committed to educating yourself about the game, and getting into that top 40% probably won't be as hard as you think, statistically speaking. Hitting Legend will take a long time though, and will require you to be one of the best PvPers in the game with a large time commitment. But at the moment, all we know about Legend is that it makes your huge and it unlocks the ornament for the gun. Other PvP notes, private matches are coming back, so that's nice. The non-PS4 exclusive map, I believe is Meltdown, is available to everyone regardless of if you have the expansion or not. But if you want to play Meltdown in a private match, you need the expansion. Bungie also went over a list of select exotics that are getting buffed. Only some of them, at least I only think some of them. But we are going to talk about those in my next video as well. I'd rather just make that its own thing. Otherwise, we're going to be here forever. So, thoughts on that? All seems pretty neat. Yeah, real shocker of an opinion by me. I know. Absolute shocker. One big worry seems to be the population of the competitive playlist and solos versus fire teams. While the competitive playlist is pretty inactive right now, I think these additions might help bolster the populations during at least the start of the expansion. We'll see. Solos versus fire teams is definitely an issue as well, but during the summit, we were told that certain checks are being implemented to try to even the playing field during matchmaking, which I believe Bungie will be explaining in an update very, very soon. Would it be ideal if there were more in-game systems to try to get people into groups with each other? Absolutely. Do I think things might be rougher on solo players? Yes. Do I think things might get rough if the population of the game crashes down hard after a couple of weeks or a month into the expansion? Yes. That will definitely be a problem, much like all games that need a healthy population in order to be successful. The next worry that I've been seeing is a big case of FOMO, fear of missing out. People seem to be all for unique, hard-to-obtain skillful items or skillful rewards or rewards that require a heavy time commitment. That is, until those rewards are out of their skill or time commitment range, where people then lose their minds, my $60, give me all the loot. The game thus far went with a give everything away for free, here's all the loot and all the exotics you want method of giving people items. A lot of people have not liked that, self included. This particular weapon is among a small pool of rewards that will be or have been released in the game where the method on obtaining the gun is just a plain old get good. That's it. That's all you can do. You gotta get good to get the gun. I am a believer of the fact that every game should have items that not everyone can get, that only the dedicated or the skilled or the people with the time can get, because that's part of what builds aspiration among the player base. Do I get mad because I don't have full mythic raid gear in World of Warcraft, even though I still pay my subscription fee? No, because I don't have time to play mythic raids. I only get to play World of Warcraft a couple hours a week, if that. Do I get mad that I don't have the top 500 emblem in Overwatch? No, because I'm in Diamond, and Diamond players don't get that emblem because they're in Diamond. But I do get that the Claymore feels like it might create a rich get richer situation where people with the gun get an advantage over the people without it. And to that, I will say, exotic weapons are all getting massive buffs. You will probably have options to combat against it. People who have more time to play are probably going to get items that you won't be able to get. And I've never been a believer of everyone should get everything because my $60. This game just doesn't have any long-term chase items or goals right now. PvP is now getting some of those goals, and I think that's good. People need to be okay with these items existing. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck with what we have now, which people have complained about a lot. Items are boring. Items aren't unique. Items aren't powerful. Well, now we're getting a not boring, unique, powerful item. If you want to be the best, if you want to get the best stuff, you gotta be the best. Again, is a lack of tools to find people to play with a problem? Yes. Yes, it is. And we need better tools for people to link up with each other. But I think not having these chase items in the game out of fear of making people feel bad would be bad and has resulted in the completely emotionless item grind that we have now. The game needs a chase. It needs long-term chases. And for a lot of people, this is a chase. Now look, this is not a situation where I am going to be able to convince people to change their minds on this issue. Chances are, if you hate this, there's nothing I'll be able to say to change your mind otherwise. You either like it or you don't. I'm not asking you to like it. I'm just asking you to understand the reasoning behind the points that I'm making or the reasoning behind the decisions that Bungie made. Just understand the perspective of both sides. I certainly understand the issues of the FOMO side of things, not being good enough, not having enough time. I've been there. I've just kind of gotten used to it and accepted it, that sometimes I'm not going to get some stuff, and that's okay. A lot of people are annoyed that this pulse rifle is a seasonal item, and that once it's gone, it's gone. While I did miss out on a full Optimacy set from Eververse Season 1, I understand why things go on sale, so to speak. It's to create urgency. Urgency pushes units, and it motivates people, regardless of whether or not it is good or bad motivation. It happens literally everywhere. It's to create a prestige around those limited time items. The beta emblem would be kind of dumb if you could still get it, right? That's the whole prestige of the beta emblem. You were there to get the beta emblem. It's meant to be a thing for people to show off to others, for people to say, yeah, I was there when it happened, and I got it. People have asked for items that actually mean something. To have the first ranked PvP weapon? I think that means something. Now, don't get me wrong, there should be time-based items too. Stuff where you don't need to be an outstanding player to get those items, and there should be non-seasonal items too. But there should be outstanding player items. They don't need to be mutually exclusive. I think having limited time items can drive hype, especially towards the end of a season. Although, again, I completely understand the frustration of seasonal items, like the Optimacy gear that I really wanted and I couldn't get it. Having everything be available all the time doesn't really drive much excitement, positive or negative. To wrap things up, I think this expansion will be better than Curse of Osiris. Yeah, Osiris did not set a very high bar. You know, I get it. Is this going to last us all the way to September? Depends on how much you like the seasonal PvP stuff and the ranked play and whatnot. I'm hoping for something equal to all of that for PvE one day. That would be fantastic. I would love that. Now, does this expansion save the franchise? Oh, we're all saved. Probably not. I would say look towards September for something much more impactful on Destiny as a whole. Nothing indicates so far that this expansion will be bad or anything, but until it comes out and we can dissect it, I can't really verify how good it'll end up being either. There are a lot of things happening for Season 3 though, quite a lot. But my recommendation would be that if you're still wary about Destiny as a whole and you don't want to, spend $20 on this expansion, wait. Just wait. Wait for reviews. Wait for your friends to talk about it. Wait for people like me to talk about it. And hopefully we can get you some good feedback. Anyway, those are most of my thoughts on the reveal. Today, we will talk about exotics and one other thing in another video coming very soon. One final thing. I just got new glasses. What do you think? What do you think of the new glasses? I've had the old frames for like a decade now. And I just want to get something different. Makes me feel like it makes me look more professional. They're a little bit bigger, but I mean, I kind of like them. I kind of like them. What do you think? Yes, no? Just let me know. All right. Thanks for watching.